Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. So today I was planning to do a propagation or basically separating the baby aglaonema from the mother plant. You can see this is the baby plant. I think you might have already seen the video when I had made the care tips video on this. I'll put up the clip on the right hand side so you'll get a fair idea of how small the aglaonema shoot was. As you can see, it was very tiny over here, but now you can see it is almost like a good size of the pup. It has reached a very good size, so I was thinking of doing or separating it because this is a small pot. Now unfortunately there was some grass growing and my dog happens to kind of chew on the grass, so she happened to pull it really hard, and due to which the pot happened to fall. So this is a cement pot and you can see it has already cracked. So I thought, let me take out the baby plant and put it into a new pot. Now in this method what I'm going to do is I won't be taking out the mother plant, but I will take out the soil and separate the baby plant in this pot itself, so that I do not have to kind of uproot the mother plant. The mother plant will stay in the same pot, only the pup is going to be separated. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. Now there are a couple of things what is going to happen over here. The mother plant unnecessary does not have to be moved. Apart from that, it is going to save a lot of your resources, energy, time. Because otherwise if you're going to uproot the entire plant, you have to take out everything, then fill it back again, and it's the same process. So might as well, because any which ways if we are going to take out the mother plant along with the pup, we still have to go ahead and cut off the roots. So rather do it in the same pot without wasting much of the time. So that's what we are going to do in this video. So the plant is a little bit damaged because again it was kept in indirect bright light, but the sun's direction happened to change, and that's why it received a lot of direct sunlight, morning direct sunlight. So aglaonemas do not like even the morning direct sunlight. It got direct sunlight until 11 a.m. That's why you can see the leaves are a little bit droopy. This leaf was damaged by one of the foster dog that I was fostering. He happened to bite on the leaves. So this was the leaf that was damaged, but overall the plant is doing extremely well. I really love the beautiful variegation on this plant. Looks absolutely beautiful. So we will go ahead and repot this plant. So the first thing what we are going to do is we are going to take out the soil from this. I'll just put it over here. I'm going to clean it later on. So we will take out as much as soil, not from this side, but only from the side where we are planning to do the cutting. Always remember guys, whenever you're doing this, the soil has to be dry. If the soil is wet, it is going to create a lot of mess. There, as we can see, the roots are present. We will just cut it off. Let's loosen the soil. So there we go, we have separated the baby plant from the mother plant without taking the mother plant out from the pot. Now guys, it might look a little brutal cutting off the roots like this, but it's absolutely okay as long as there is a good set of roots. Even if it was like this, let's say even I had cut off this portion over here, it will still go ahead and root once we put it into the soil. But if there are roots, that is much better. So there is nothing to be worried if you do not want to take out the entire mother plant, because usually what happens is that again the mother plant has to get acclimated once you put it back into the soil. So might as well we just cut it off like this so that we do not have to disturb the mother plant. Don't worry, this is not going to damage the mother plant. The mother plant will do quite well. After this, what we'll do is we will put in a little bit of cinnamon powder around the cut part wherein we have done the cutting. We can also add in a little bit of cinnamon powder on these roots as well, especially on the cut part. This is the regular cinnamon powder. Put it in the root area because the cut is little fresh. And now what we'll do is we will put back all of the soil. Before I repot the baby plant, I will start putting up the soil back. So let me first clear all of this and get back to you. So we are done. We are fresh and clean. Now of course repotting a little bit of soil is going to come out, so that's absolutely fine. Rather than taking the entire plant out with the soil, this is one of the easy method that you can go with. And now here I have a 5-inch pot. I'm just going to make a small little dent in this. We don't need to water it right away. We can wait for a day or so. because we have just done the cutting. I usually prefer to go with smaller pots whenever I do any kind of cuttings, because as you can see the roots are very small, so a small pot like this is going to work out really well. Just going to push the roots inside and we will cover it up with some more soil. Of course, I'll have to give a little bit of support for this plant in the initial stage. But you can see it was very easy, and you can see the small little shoot which I showed you in the initial video. It has grown into almost a large plant now. The mother plant is a little weak because it was getting a lot of direct sunlight. The pup was kind of covered in between the leaves. That's why you can see the pup or the new plant is much more fresh as compared to the mother plant, because this one was kind of in between, hiding and getting cover from the mother plant. So I will again move the mother plant to indirect bright light. I will change the position so that it doesn't come in contact with direct sunlight, and probably in a couple of days the leaves will start to look a little bit fresh. This is another sign of your plant getting too much of sunlight. The leaves tend to curl, so you have to keep this thing in mind. Again, it is putting out a new growth, so that's absolutely okay. I had not pulled out the leaf that was damaged by the dog. I've left it as it is because, as I've said, whenever the leaves are green in color, they also help in the process of photosynthesis, so we do not want to discard. If this leaf was completely yellow, I would have taken it out, but because it's still green, I'm leaving it as it is. So you can see it was pretty easy to propagate your Aglaonema with this method without taking the mother plant out. Yes, it's a little bit messy. I was not able to dig a little bit more of the soil, but if you're finding it a little difficult, try to take out as much as soil as possible without disturbing the mother plant. So in that way you can propagate your Aglaonema very easily. So this plant is going to be kept in indirect bright light, no direct sunlight at all, because it's very young. The roots are not yet developed. It will take some time for the roots to develop. Apart from that, I'm going to keep it in a place where there is no strong wind. You can see it's already starting to wobble, because if there is strong wind, the plant will come out from the pot. It does not have the roots anchored yet. Probably in, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks time, the roots will start to grow back again. Again, over here where we have done the cutting in the mother plant pot, it might happen to put out another shoot, so we can just keep our fingers crossed and see what's going to happen next. So guys, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.